Take it away, Tony.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Robert. Holly, we've got you here today because you've got an offer that we're going to put out, and that offer was really um, generated from doing some free content on my weekly webinars for my video SEO guys. It created such a buzz that really led to the demand for you to do this course. So basically, what we want to do is put together, explain what the offer is that you've put together here, and go through each of these bullet points that you've got here on your PowerPoint screen here. So if we can start, if you can just maybe start talking through each point, and then when you've finished mentioning what the first part is, then we can maybe ask a few questions, myself and Robert, and so that we can clarify everybody what the offer is and they can make a buying decision at the end.
Okay. The first webinar, which is going to be next week, Wednesday, is a complete process of creating the Hangout to GSA training, which means that you will see me actually do a PowerPoint presentation, how I find the photo, adding it in the PowerPoint and recording, doing some editing, recording it into the Hangout video, and then also editing it into YouTube itself. And then once that part is done, then you'll see me doing the GSA training, how to install GSA. And there's a lot of different options and settings that you're going to need to change. Obviously, it's different for everyone's computer, but the GSA template that would be included is one that would work on everyone's machine, basically. The webinar 2, which will be the next night, which will be Thursday, is a training on RankWiz and FCS. RankWiz and FCS is a Web 2.0. Well, it's like an online software that holds your Web 2.0s and your username and passwords, and you can embed your YouTube videos into your Web 2.0s automatically unscheduled with both of the programs. One is RankWiz is the one that I use 90% of the time. FCS I use maybe 10% of the time, just because one's a little bit more buggy than the other one, but some people like FCS better than RankWiz. RankWiz is one that you can buy accounts already pre-made, and FCS you have to make them yourself. And then we're going to include a basic GSA YouTube video template that you can literally take 5 clicks. You import it, swap out your URL, your anchor keywords, your article, and your emails, and you hit start. You don't really have to do anything else that's different because I'll set all the options up and the filters. The fourth one is a starter GSA list that is worth a starter GSA list of 100,000 that is verified through my own projects. You would just import it into your own project as a verified list, and then you just basically hit start. It's a very simple process. And then I'm going to be including 3 bonuses, which is one is the scrape box video, and that'll show you how to scrape for different GSA targets and different methods. And the same way with G-Scraper video, it's the same methods and the same type of scraping. It's just 2 different programs. It's just a little bit different. I like G-Scraper better than Scrapebox, so I'm going to include both of them. And then the final one is going to be a keyword list of different languages that you can basically scrape for targets. Like if you're trying to rank in Canada, or if you're from overseas in the UK or let's say Sweden, and you want to rank locally for those areas, the keyword list you can pop in your scraper software and you can scrape for those targets. So you'll be able to use USA targets, but you also want to have your country targets also.
Right, okay, thanks for that, Holly. What I want to do is I'm just going to go through each one of these, and I might have a couple of questions, and myself and Robert just to clarify anything, purely from the user's perspective, people who are listening to this, the questions they may have. Okay, so the first webinar, we're covering the process of creating PowerPoint, making a video from it, putting it onto the Hangout, and then that follows through into the GSA training. Now, one of the things that I know that was very appealing to people when we were doing the earlier webinars where you were telling them the basics about your system was that you can take one video and rank it for hundreds of keywords. So this would be the ideal scenario for them to learn how to do one PowerPoint and be able to rank from multiple keywords with that one video from that one PowerPoint. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have a process that I go through. It takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get all the keywords that I want to target, and then you would see me actually doing it live.
Yeah, okay. And I think that's exactly what people want to be able to do, so that
Yeah.
they don't get stuck in the video production, and it's more about getting this stuff out and being able to rank from multiple keywords at one time, and that means minimum effort to get the results that they want. And I'm guessing that at some point in this course that we're going to be covering choosing a niche or choosing an offer. Uh, will we cover that in webinar one or webinar two or anything? Are we going to
Yeah,
when
we would cover that the first thing in webinar one so that you can see how I pick niches. We
yeah,
discussed it, and they want to do the DUI attorney in Arizona is what they want to see me do, but I will go over how I pick a niche
yeah,
also, and how I come up with the prices.
yeah, great, okay. And webinar two, rank quiz and FCS. Rank quiz is going to be the easiest one for them to use because, as you mentioned, they can buy pre-made accounts,
Hmm.
so we can take them through the process of getting the accounts, how to get them imported, and how to start using that tool straight off the bat. And with that, that means that they can just really get up and running within minutes. Is that correct?
Yeah, Ranker is it's very easy once you see someone do it. It's very overwhelming when you first look at it because there's so many options, but
Yeah.
it's very easy program.
Uh-huh. Okay, now included is the GSA YouTube video template, and basically what a template is, it's doing all the options and filtering and stuff for you. So basically, this is the settings that they can use, and all they have to do is fill in some information, and that might be for URLs and keywords, and what else is included there. What do they actually have to do once they got the template? You mentioned just 5 clicks, and they can be up and running.
Yeah, you just import it as a like a backup project, and you all you have to do is open the project and you put in your URL and you put in your keywords, you put in your emails, and you put in your article. And I use RCW or like Content Machine or something like that, so that'll be part of the GSA training also. And then you basically hit start, and that's it. You just let it do its thing then.
Okay, and in webinar one, they're going to see this template being filled in and used as part of the training,
Yep.
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so that's taken away all of the questions that we've been asking. People have been asking during those initial webinars that we did when you generated all the interest. So basically, they're getting to see over the shoulder everything, and it's been made very, very easy for them to be able to replicate that. Okay. Now you mentioned here a starter GSA target list of over 100,000 verified. Can you explain to them what a target list is, so there's no confusion there?
Yep. A target list is where GSA is going to post to, because GSA posts to probably about 25 different platforms. So this verified list has a bunch of different platforms, and depending upon what projects and what ones you pick, GSA knows to go and pull it out of this target list. Like articles will be in there, blog comments will be in there, Drupals will be in there, forums, guestbooks, all that kind of stuff. So it's a list so you don't have to go out and try to start scraping right away, basically.
Yeah, okay. So they've got everything they need with those with those bonuses to be able to go ahead and just get started immediately after the training, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's very, very good. Okay, now additional bonuses you mentioned there, you've got the scrape box and the G-scraper videos, and that's how to find the target lists themselves. So that should be very, very interesting for people. Those will be at one webinar each, or you're going to combine both, or is it going to be pre-recorded videos, or how would that be?
I think that we can do one webinar for both of them. It's a pretty easy process, and you're going to want to look over my shoulder versus um, a video of it because you're probably going to ask questions because there is
Okay.
some kind of detailed on that. And once you have that down and you understand how to scrape, you know, like this target list of 100,000 that I'm giving, you can buy target list on GSA and, you know, places on forums for well over $100. So if you know how to scrape for your own targets, you can A, build your own list, and B, you can become a list seller also. So there's two very good ways of using the two videos.
Yeah, I would imagine there's a big demand for people selling for those lists being sold as well
Yeah, there's huge,
on
yeah.
those forums. Yeah, yeah. And you did mention to me before we actually went live that the starter GSA target list of 100,000 verified, that is worth about $100 in its own.
Oh yeah, that alone is worth $100. I could
Yeah.
sell it easily for $100.
Yeah. Okay. And then the keyword list. For example, you mentioned 1 billion Russian keywords and 600 million English keywords, and several other languages included. Will we do some basic training how those are used so that they understand exactly what it's for?
Yep, I'll put those into the scrape box and the G scraper. Actually, I am going to be including a footprint list with the keyword list. It goes in the same file because you have
Uh-huh.
to have footprints to scrape. So you'll have the list and the footprints. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So that's basically what the offer is, guys, and it's only $197. Now, when we did those initial first webinars, we did first it was a hangout, it was an interview I did with Holly, and after that interview, the demand was huge, and we did a part two, which was a Q&A, and that was a mega webinar. That one was. It was about 2.5 hours, and 95% of attendees stayed to the very end, and they were just glued to the webinar. And the demand from that was such that you know, Holly came out with the course, and hold on a second, I've got a car going past me. Holly came out with this course, and a lot of people probably thought it was going to be, you know, priced a lot higher than $197. And you know, if we'd have said at the time, give us a hands up for all those people who would pay 197. Probably 80 or 90% of those who stayed to that in that webinar would have said yeah straight away. But what we're doing as well is we're going to make a split payment option for people who might not have the 197. It's far better value to get the 197, but there will be a split payment option in there as well. And we will get started on those webinars in about 3 or 4 days from now. And what day is this? Monday or Tuesday? Today is what day? I'm completely lost what
Today's
day it is.
Friday.
Is it
Today's
Friday already? Oh my lord.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that's next, what, 4 days away, 5 days away before we get started on this. So we've got the Hangout, fan page group. I mean, up, and we had about 33 people the last time I looked, and I don't know if we've added any more since then. So I'm going to presume that by the time that we go with these live webinars, there's going to be close to 100 people in there that are finding out more about this particular course. So I think we can keep the offer open at this price until we go live that day, and then we can need to bump the price up by about $100 after that. So if people want to get in, you need to get in before the live training starts, otherwise the price will get bumped up, okay? That would just be normal for any sort of live training event that people do, okay? Robert, do you want to come in and say anything?
Yes, I'd like to say that there's quite an opportunity here for anybody who is interested in just taking over entire niches. Ranking #1 on Google and YouTube is something that everybody wants to do. And if we listen to Holly and we do what she will teach in these webinars, you might be able to take over multiple pages of Google and YouTube, not just the first position. So everybody, come on board.
Yeah, I think, you know, $197 for this is just crazy, crazy price. And it really has to go up in price once this has actually got started. One thing that we should mention, Holly, we're not doing refunds because it is live training, and we don't want to encourage people to come in, get all the information, download the templates, and then ask for refunds. So there's no refund on this, guys. We've done about four different webinars, actually 5 now. Holly's been on. And the demand is there, so you should know by now whether you really want to get the training or not. And therefore, because it is live training, because it's informational, and with the templates, there is no refund. So don't buy if you're not sure that you don't want it. If you are sure that you do want it, you're going to see what great value this is, even just from this conversation that we're having. But 197 is really, really low price. I expected Holly was going to price this much, much higher.
Well, you know,
so,
I could. Because
yeah,
the keyword list alone
yeah.
was developed, and I also bought keyword list. That keyword list alone, just the list, is well over $500 because, you know, it's a highly sought out list from different people that have made it for me. So the list alone is well over 500. The GSA target list is worth well over 100, and my GSA video template that many people want to get a hold of, I could have easily sold for 300 by itself.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a very good price.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so let's not make the recording go too long, because this video is actually going to be on the sales page. If people do have questions, then you can pop over to the Facebook group, and everybody can join that group. It's a closed group, but you just request to join. Holly, could you type in the address of the Facebook group into the PowerPoint now, please? I think it's facebook.com/groups/ what was it? Can't remember now.
I will grab it quick.
Yeah, Easy Hangout Blueprint, I think it was, if I remember correctly. And then, of course, we will set up another group, which will be a secret group for the actual training. And people can get added into that group after they have sent their proof of purchase, and they can get into that group. Okay, so this is the group to join before the training starts. If you've got any questions about the course, you want to ask Holly anything, myself, Robert, anything, and then we can get the live training up and running. After that, we will have a secret group for the people who have purchased, and we can share some really great stuff in there as well. Okay, so I think we covered just about everything on the offer, so unless anybody's got anything they want to add, Robert or Holly, I think we should close this out and let people make a buying decision, and the buy buttons will be underneath this video.
All right, cool.